This is TWiT.
How about the rise, according to The Verge, the unsettling scourge, or is it scourge? How do you say it? Scourge? Scourge? Scourge. It's that thing you beat yourself with. A scourge of obituary spam. So, as somebody who's worked in a newspaper, Jeff can fill us in on this, but I do believe there's a person responsible for obituaries.
Oh, yes. Well, not only that, it's a huge revenue source for newspapers.
Why? People sell ads against obituaries?
Oh, the obituaries, they have hardly any editorial free obituaries.
Oh.
They're mostly paid. And
I see.
The funeral home gets a cut. It costs hundreds of dollars to put it in, but it's now people know that Uncle Joe died and they come to the viewing. And when the Star Ledger in New Jersey, the company I used to work for, was at fights with the Newark News, I think it was, the Star Ledger was going to die. Old Cy Newhouse said, I'm going to kill it. Young Donald Newhouse, his son, said, Pop, give me a chance. I'm going to save it. And he saved it by convincing all the funeral homes to run their obits in the Star Ledger. The Star Ledger lived, and there was an obit for the competition.
Wow.
To this day, there's huge business still in obits.
And there is apparently somebody who goes around collecting information, because I was reading an obituary the other day, I think it was in the New York Times, where it talked about the person who's deceased saying, and in an interview 10 years ago for his obituary, he told us.
The Times does that. The Times does that.
Yeah, the Times has a whole team dedicated to obituary.
That was so
reporting.
bizarre. Did they call you up and say, hey, look, you're going to die. We'd like to get it straight, get the story straight.
Can you like that?
Yeah, I would.
You get a say?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'd be honored.
I mean, I don't know what person you're referring to in this example, but they have reporters who their job is to pre-write obituaries for famous people or notable figures. And part of that involves doing an interview process and actual reporting for the obituary if it's a high-profile enough subject. And then they kind of sit on that information until it becomes necessary.
Yes.
But this is how you end up getting situations where an obituary is written and bylined by a reporter that died like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Or the fact the person dies and immediately they've got 40 inches of type. They're called HFR, or hold for release. And you see it happen occasionally where it will accidentally go into print.
Wow.
When Princess Di and Prince Charles married, it was our closing day, People magazine, and I had to write a hold for release obit for them in case the Irish Republican Army had attacked the wedding.
Holy cow.
And we had different pages made up ready because it was press day in case that had happened.
Because that had just happened to Lord Mountbatten. So they had to be prepared for that.
And my editor-in-chief was Irish, so she said something's going to happen.
Wow.
TV stations used to do this. They still, I don't know if they still do this for actors and stuff like that. They have pre-made obituaries.
It's already. That's why they can get it up so fast. Well, now
same
you
for
can
TV.
Now you can do an
put together
AI
the video.
AI version. I guess because it's lucrative, right? I don't know. AI obituaries, writes Mia Sato in The Verge, litter search results, turning even private individuals into clickbait. And she leads, which is hysterical, with a story of a couple, Brian Vestag and Beth Mazer, whose friends were devastated to learn that the couple had suddenly died. Now, Beth had passed away, but the AI assumed that he did too, and announced that he was gone as well. It's a little weird they passed away on the same day. Brian Vestag says that the obituaries had this real-world impact where at least 4 people that I know of called our mutual friends and thought I had died with her, like we had a suicide pact or something. It caused extra distress to some of my friends, and that made me really angry. The Verge has identified.
Why are they making? How are the bad guys making money on this? That's what I don't get.
They have ads on the. Just like anybody makes money, they have ads on the page. The Verge identified over a dozen websites that published the news about his death, along with several YouTube videos of people reading obituaries from a script. Another way to do it: get the AI obituary, read it, and people will get hits if you say, "Oh, did he just die?" And they'll, Leo Laporte just die. Well, here's a story on YouTube. This is a mistake of me to say that. The sites have strange, unfamiliar names and maintain a constant stream of articles about a wide range of topics, including the death
It's just
of
like
individuals.
all the fake reviews.
It's more
that are
fake
coming out.
fake news, fake reviews.
So I just went to Gemini and I said, write my obituary. My name is Jeff Jarvis. I'm a journalist and educator. It comes back and says, unfortunately, I don't have enough information to write a comprehensive and respectful obituary for you, Jeff. To truly honor your life and achievements, I would need details about specific areas of your career and impact. However, I can offer a template you can use to create your own obituary or to share with someone you know well. In loving memory of Jeff Jarvis, journalist and educator, parenthesis, dates of birth and death, end parenthesis.
Well,
Optional.
ChatGPT
Include a photo of yourself.
ChatGPT did not have such scruples. Leo Laporte, a pioneering broadcaster and tech journalist widely celebrated for his instrumental role in demystifying technology for millions, passed away
nice.
at the age of insert age on insert date. Born in November 1956 in New York City. Blah, 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 blah,
Carved
blah,
a niche
blah.
for himself as a charismatic. No, this is good.
This is good.
Oh, it's got all your stuff.
Laporte's legacy is not just the
Wow,
content he
R.I.P.
created,
Leo.
but in the community he built, his enthusiasm for tech. I'm going to start crying. He's survived by
He'll
his
be dearly
family.
missed,
who
but his legacy will live on through the countless lives.
Well,
he touched.
wait a minute. In lieu of flowers, the family requests donations be made to insert charity name here.
Charity name.
A cause
that
close
charity
to Laporte's
is
heart.
TWiT.
Furthering education. They've even made up that there is some charity close to my heart, furthering education and access to technology for underserved communities. Let me copy this. This is fantastic.
He will be dearly missed. Right, Paris? We miss him already,
It's
don't
true. We miss him already.
I got like 10
R.I.P. Leo.
paragraphs, baby. This is good. This is good. See, Jeff, you just, you gotta
Oh,
publish
you should
more.
get you should get an AI. You should get one of those services to make an AI version of your voice, and then you can have AI Leo read the AI Leo obituary for you.
Before his rise to fame, Laporte's passion for technology was evident in his early career, where he spent time as a software developer and a professor teaching computer science.
Yep, you famous software developer and professor.
His transition to media was marked by his work with Tech TV, where he co-hosted the screensavers, further solidifying his status as a tech media icon. I can't read this with a straight face, but that's pretty good. All I said was write the obituary for Leo Laporte.
A cemetery in Slovenia is now providing the option of a digital tombstone.
Oh, I've seen those.
I could also get you a digital
Those
tombstone
are-
if you give me 5 minutes and
and a
Microsoft
Raspberry
Paint.
Pi.
Yeah.
No, those have been around for a while. They have video
Yeah.
of you on there, and I think there's even some that will do a hologram of you. maybe I'm imagining that. But help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Only it's you, and you're projected onto this grave, and you go, "Hey." I don't know. What would you say, Paris,
What
if
would
you
you
could
say?
have a hologram projected onto your gravesite?
I would probably be like, "Ooh, I'm a ghost."
Want to play skee ball? Wow. No, yeah. This is an NBC story from 6 years ago, Jeff. It does mention Slovenia, so
Yeah.
yeah. Grad Harasovich. Well, anyway, so what are we saying? We're saying big deal that AIs are writing obituaries. It's just more spam, more
There's tons
SEO
of spam.
crap.
What this is going to mean, back to your value adding, is that you're going to have to find places that actually find real and good and credible stuff. And the internet is going to get ruined more and more and more at a general level, especially as places like the New York Times pull their content off of it and off of OpenAI. So I don't know what happens to finding the good stuff.
Oh, so spooky.
I love it. Oh my God, we saw Paris. According to The Verge,
Paris, the friendly ghost.
Paris,
Oh,
the
come
friendly
on. Joe
ghost.
Esposito, are you working?
Paris,
are you
the
working?
friendly ghost. Oh, Mia Sato writes in The Verge, obituary scraping is a common practice Funeral homes have been dealing with obituary aggregator sites for at least 15 years. So just the fact that the AI is doing it now is not really... See, this is an example of... This is just bad human behavior that's been here for as long as the internet's been here, as long as the web has been here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
people
is
are always
humanity.
going to use tools in unethical ways to enrich themselves at the expense of others.
Then you can argue that-
Wait a minute. That's what your projection should say. Right there. Just,
Oh, yeah, it should soberly say people are always going to use tools in unethical ways.
This is what I imagine Paris's version of the Kelsey meme, screaming at the coach. It'll just be
True.
saying that.
Oh, that
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
became a meme immediately. Didn't
Oh, it was
it?
a great meme. Oh,
Yeah.
Travis
Yeah.
Kelce of the Kansas City.
It had the same energy of
Chiefs.
Donald Trump yelling at that child with the lawnmower.
Yes.
yep.
You know,
Also, the was it the drunken girl yelling into the guy?
Yeah, at
seer?
the music festival. Yeah.
do you
lot
think
of
there's a
good-
way of knowing ahead of time that your behavior might become memed? Well, first of all, if you're on a...
Well, if you're dating Taylor Swift, yes.
Yes, I guess so.
You can bet on it.
Yeah.
I think so because that podcast we mentioned a couple times in the show, Game of Roses, that coaches players to go on The Bachelor, something that they talk about a lot in their book and coaching materials is what they call face play, which is basically just making over-exaggerated faces and reactions in the hope that you get caught in the background of a scene and it becomes a meme, which
my
does
God.
work quite well.
Oh, wow.
Do you do that?
I mean, I'm just have a naturally expressive face, so I've always thought that I would probably pop off on a reality show if I was ever on one.
You should just walk
because
around
I
behind people
can't
going,
control it.
"Ooh."
I do think I was destined to be kind of one of those people who wanders into the back of like a TV news segment and really ruins the shot.
The real trick is
Yeah.
getting the editor to notice you. That's the real trick.
The editor?
Yeah, because it's an editor who's actually putting that together.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
getting the
yeah,
editor
yeah.
to notice you while he's looking at the dailies. That's how you get on.
So we have an example from Discord here.
Yes.
Of
Yes, this is
there's a reporter on the street. Ah!
Very funny.
Hey, it's Leo Laporte. I hope you enjoyed this little snippet from our show This Week in Google. For the full show, you can either go to our website, twit.tv/twig, or find Twig in your favorite podcast client. And, of course, there's links right below, somewhere down there, for more information.